Did you know that in the unpredictable world of the UFC, title fights rarely go as planned? Short-notice replacements and last-minute changes have led to some of the most absurd and surprising moments in MMA history. Join us as we explore the 10 craziest short-notice UFC title fights ever. 1. Junior Dos Santos vs. Frank Mir. Frank Mir, known for 5 title shots, triumphed over Mirko Cro Cop and other top heavyweights. Simultaneously, Alistair Overeem, riding a 12-fight win streak, was set to challenge Junior Dos Santos. Yet, a month before the fight, Overeem's failed drug test reshuffled the entire main card, and Tank Abbott stepped in on short notice only to be dominated by Dos Santos. 2. Joe Soto vs. TJ Dillashaw. Joe Soto, a former Bellator and Tachi Palace Fights champion, was set to face Anthony Burchak at UFC 177. However, when Renan Barão fainted while cutting weight, the UFC urgently needed a replacement. Joe Soto took on the daunting task, facing TJ Dillashaw, who successfully defended his title in a thrilling fight. 3. Maurice Smith vs. Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott, though inconsistent, never won a UFC tournament despite 4 finals appearances. Facing Maurice Smith, the reigning champion, Abbott stepped in on just 4 days' notice. Despite the last-minute nature of the fight, Smith emerged victorious. 4. Jon Jones. Jon Jones has been at the center of numerous event changes and short-notice title fights in the UFC. His actions have led to unprecedented events, such as an entire card being cancelled, last-minute replacements, and the stripping of his title. Jones's unpredictable behavior has affected the UFC in numerous ways over the years. 5. Al Iaquinta vs. Khabib Nurmagomedov. UFC history witnessed its wildest week as Khabib Nurmagomedov faced Al Iaquinta for the lightweight title. In a surprising twist, ranked 11th, Al Iaquinta became the unexpected challenger on just 1 day's notice. 6. Tito Ortiz vs. Vladimir Matyushenko. An event that was supposed to feature an epic main event between Tito Ortiz and Vitor Belfort. However, Belfort suffered an injury, and rumors swirled about possible replacements like Frank Shamrock and Kevin Randleman. Eventually, the UFC settled on Vladimir Matyushenko, who was virtually unknown at the time. 7. Islam Makhachev vs. Alexander Volkanovski 2. The highly anticipated fight between Alexander Volkanovski and Islam Makhachev was a battle between 2 top pound-for-pound fighters. Their first fight was extremely close, leading to a split decision. However, Charles Oliveira's cut forced him to withdraw from the rematch, and on just 10 days' notice, Alexander Volkanovski stepped in. This last-minute decision added even more intrigue to their already heated rivalry. 8. Andrei Arlovski vs. Justin Eilers. In 2005, the UFC planned to hold an event in Japan, featuring Arlovski against Mirko Cro Cop. However, the event was cancelled due to a lack of sponsorships, and they moved the location to Atlantic City. Instead of Cro Cop, they called upon Justin Eilers to face Arlovski, who was unfamiliar with the heavyweight elite. 9. Glover Teixeira vs. Jamal Hill. When Yuri Bahadurzada was poised to become a dominant champion, he injured his shoulder, and Glover Teixeira's rematch with him was off. The UFC needed a replacement, but Volkan Ozdemir turned down the offer. Enter Jamal Hill, who was set to face Teixeira on short notice. Hill delivered a spectacular performance that surprised many. 10. Luke Rockhold vs. Michael Bisping. 2. Luke Rockhold had a remarkable run in MMA, winning world titles in Strikeforce and the UFC. He only suffered 1 loss in his career, which came against Vitor Belfort. After dominating the UFC's middleweight division, he was set to face Chris Weidman in a rematch at UFC 199. However, Weidman pulled out due to injury. To Rockhold's surprise, Michael Bisping stepped in as a replacement. Despite their previous encounter, Bisping knocked out Rockhold in the first round, claiming the middleweight title. These 10 short-notice UFC title fights delivered unforgettable surprises in MMA history. Witness the chaos and entertainment of the ever-evolving sport. Like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our channel. Until we meet again, bye!